Bueno, en este ejercicio tienen que ser formales, producir la versión formal. Ajá. Donde primero aquí va la preposición y aquí va el relative pronoun. Vamos a ver si nos estamos entendiendo. So the animal ambergris is obtained is the sperm whale. Ajá. ¿Cuál es el verbo aquí o la palabra que me va a forzar a usar una determinada preposición?
Obtain.
Obtain. And what preposition do you think?
From.
Yeah.
From. So, an animal is a thing. So what relative pronoun do we need?
Which.
Which. When I have preposition, I cannot use that. Something important to remember. And here we use from. Okay? So this is what you have to do in all the others. Well, I'm going to stop sharing my screen. I'm going to give you back the control of your own devices, and you're going to do the exercise. So let me add one session because there were 3 people in one session. So you need to answer these 4 sentences. 6 minutes?
Okay.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Hi.
Hi. Do you want to share your screen or me?
Oh, if you want, you can share it. It's just, what is the file called? Because I don't find the file.
Don't worry. Can you see it?
Yeah.
So for the number 1.
Okay, wait. Let me just find my file. Okay. It's...
So I had one doubt. What version is the formal version? Is this, no? This is the formal version. But when we move the preposition at the end of the sentence, that is informal or what?
It was what she was talking about earlier. Because I don't think I have the... Yeah, I don't know. Okay. No, I think the formal one is the problem. Oh, wait. Yeah, the problem about which I am worried is exam, and informal is the problem I am worried about is exam. Like when you, I think it's in the informal you don't use which. Yeah. Okay, so the first one is The animal from which?
Yeah.
Okay.
Berg Reese obtained is the
It's-
sperm whale.
Yeah, okay. Okay,
The
second.
general
Victoria's name.
Victoria is a particularly famous in the north of Mexico.
I don't know. Let me think about. General. For I don't know which, if it's okay. If it's, let me check the other. Or maybe for that. Oh no, because it's a place for where Ciudad Victoria. I don't know. I think it sounds weird. I think it could be where, but I don't know if.
Es que,
Okay.
bueno, yo teniendo es como la idea, es como en general, por el cual Ciudad Victoria
Yeah.
es llamada,
Yeah, es particularmente famosa en el norte de México. Por el cual, ¿no? Sería. The general.
Pero también tengo la idea del where, pero no sé. Bueno, lo vamos a dejar en el where.
Okay.
O no, mejor sí el which.
For which general. Oh, but because it is a person, maybe we could use that. Because it's not, it's not talking about the place, it's talking about the general.
Oh, yeah.
So it's a person. So maybe we can put the general for that. Ciudad Victoria's name is particularly famous. No. Okay. Okay, the next one. The country in South America, a surprising number of Welsh people migrated is America. In which? Or
Ajá.
in where?
Ajá, ¿en dónde?
Yeah.
In where?
Okay. The next one, the people, Columbus finally obtained financing were their so-called Reyes Católicos. From which? Oh no, from who?
Okay. Let's check them. Okay. Lucero, number 2, please.
Yes, teacher. The animal from the general by whom Ciudad Victoria is named is particularly famous in the north of Mexico.
Particularly. And remember, you don't pronounce named, you pronounce named.
Name.
Named. Does everybody agree?
Is it possible to use for instead by?
Is not for, it's not by. Okay, let me explain. I don't know if any of you have the same number, the same name, sorry, as your father or your mother. No? None of you?
No.
No? Well, in my case, I have the same name as my mother.
Oh, yeah. No.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
But chronologically, who came first to the planet? My mother or me?
Your mother.
Your mother.
Uh-huh. So first we have my mother. Uh-huh. Her name is Martha, or was Martha, because she passed away. And then we have the daughter. That's me. And my name is Martha, but I came after. So if you understand this logic, you will understand the preposition.
Okay.
Yeah, it's curious. So first, we have Guadalupe Victoria, the rebel or the insurgent. And after, there was the city that received the name. So the city after whom, the general after whom this city was named is Guadalupe Victoria.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Then, number 3, Odette.
I don't have the third sentence.
Oops. Let's say, Remy, do you have number 3?
Yes. The country in South America from where a surprising number of Welsh people migrated is Argentina.
Okay, hold on a sec. Do you know what Welsh people means?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. So I'm not very good at drawing these kind of things, but let's say that we have something that looks like this, and then there is this, Ireland, no?
Yes.
Something like this. So this island, well, this is Great Britain. This part is called what?
Ireland.
Ireland. This part here is called
England.
England, let's say. This part here is
Scotland.
Scotland. And so this part is
Wales.
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 Wales. And the nationality of the people who are born here is this, Welsh. So, look, these people migrated, and this is the destination. The origin is Wales, and this is the destination, this country. So, what preposition do we need?
Who?
Do. And what relative pronoun do we need? El país de Sudamérica
Which?
al cual, ¿no? Al cual un sorprendente número de galeses migraron es Argentina. ¿Se entiende la frase?
Yes.
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 Sí, I hope so. Okay.
Can we use the preposition at?
At? Impossible. When you have movement in a certain direction, you just have the preposition to or towards.
Okay.
Because you are moving to that direction. At is more abstract and is general for logical people in the logical place. I am a teacher. I work at the university because the logical place for a professor or a teacher is a school. If I tell you, my brother works at a hospital, what do you immediately associate?
He's a
A
physician.
doctor?
Is a doctor or a nurse? If I tell you, my brother works in a hospital, what do you think?
Secretary, something like that.
Whatever.
He's not a doctor. Maybe he's an administrator. Maybe he is a secretary, exactly. He could be, I don't know, a computer expert helping the hospital, but it's not the logical person in the logical place. So at has strong associations. If I tell you, he sat at the table, what is he going to do? Do you understand my question?
Again, please.
If I tell you, my brother sat at the table, what is my brother going to do?
Eat.
Eat. Es lo que en español decimos, se sentó a la mesa. No es decir que se sentó a comer. Cuando digo se sentó a la mesa, es para comer. If I told you, somebody is knocking at the door, what is the intention of that person? If I tell you, somebody's at the door, ni siquiera knocking, somebody's at the door, what is the intention of that person?
Be fresh.
Sorry?
Be fresh.
He's trying to enter.
Take air.
Trying to come in, trying to knock or ring a bell in order to come in. So at has this super strong association of logical things that happen. So, but it's not logical that Welsh people went to Argentina. It's surprising, in fact. No, it's very far away. It's not the logical place. The language is different. So there is no reason to use at. Is it clear?
Yes.
Well, so let's continue. Odette, you have number 4?
Yes.
All right.
The people by whom Columbus finally obtained financing were the so-called Reyes Católicos.
Where the so-called Reyes Católicos? What do you have in number 1, Odette? What did we conclude?
In number 1,
1.
from which the animal from which.
And what word forced me to use from?
The verb.
What verb?
Obtained.
Obtained. So casually, I have the same verb here.
Yes.
So?
Yes.
So?
The people from. I put whom.
Pues sí. Pero no van a hablar así por la vida, ¿no? The people from I put whom, ¿no?
Okay, the people.
Véanla cómo va, ¿no?
Yes. The people from whom Columbus finally obtained financing were the so-called Reyes Católicos.
Mhm. That's what we need. The verb obtain. Columbus obtained money from these people. So the preposition is from. And finally, number 5, Excel.
Okay, the city from which all roads are said to lead is, of course, Rome. But I think that instead of from is to.
Entonces, ¿para qué dices algo que ni tú mismo crees? O sea, ¿cuál es la
Because I put from, but after
now you
reading.
realize that
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
not very reasonable.
Yeah.
The city to which all roads are said to lead is, of course, Rome. Does everybody agree? Hello?
Yes.
Everybody? You understand the idea?
Yes, I think so.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Do you know this proverb?
Yes.
Oh, todos los caminos llevan a Roma, ¿no? Entonces, sí, it's two. Okay. So, in this same handout, on the next page, we have exercise 2. This is something similar to what we did before in the same material. We have to combine the sentences. The second sentence becomes a relative clause. O sea, no es como se me ocurra. Hay una restricción ahí. Omit the relative where possible. And circle the word which you leave out in the second sentence. So we have the example. The man was Guglielmo Marconi. He invented the radio. And we have the man who invented the radio was Guglielmo Marconi. So you need to write these sentences, but we don't have time for all of them because I want an extra exercise. So let me see, we have 7. No, let's do all of them. So you have 7 items, and I want to check them here, and then I want to practice a little bit more punctuation and asking questions. It's going to be a marathon. So you have to be super efficient. I'm going to give you 8 minutes. Yeah?
Okay.
Hurry up.
Teacher, just to remind you, we have the fragment exercise that we.
Hi. Okay, so in the first one, I think we need to circle he, and we can put the man that discovered the Cape of God of Good Hope was Bartholomew Diaz. You agree?
I think that is the same case that the example, no? The man who discovered.
Oh yeah.
What do you? Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, I think you can use who as well because I don't remember when we saw that, but that she says that we can put that as well in that case. But yeah, who is okay? Okay, Okay, the next one, the explorer was David Livingstone Stanley, located him in Central Africa. Maybe the explorer that or who Stanley located in Africa, in Central Africa, was David Livingstone.
Maybe we can use whom?
Yeah. Yeah, like the explorer who Stanley located
In Central America was David Livingstone.
Yeah. And then we circle him.
Number 3. The last play was The Tempest. Shakespeare wrote it.
I think is the last play that Shakespeare wrote was The Tempest.
Yeah. The last play. Play that shakes. Ay, ¿cómo se escribe? Shakespeare.
Yeah, and the next one, the accomplishment were the discoveries of radium and polonium. They won Madame Curie the 1911 Nobel Prize for Chemistry. Maybe the discoveries of radium. No, wait. Maybe the accomplishments that. I don't know.
Me causa un poco de confusión. Aquí está
Yeah, it's too long. No, like radium and polonium, they allow Madame Curie to win. That's what they is for. Maybe we can put accomplishments for this, or maybe we can skip this one, and because I think it's very long and we don't have a lot of time. Interesting. Maybe children that are still unvaccinated are not permitted to attend public school. Okay.
Yeah. Well, number 6. The vegetables
Okay, the
are
next one
delicious. Should go then. Uh, the vegetables.
was
Oh, the vegetables.
um, at La Merced were delicious.
What did you say? Whom or that? No. Can you listen me?
Yeah, you didn't listen me?
Yes. And, well, for the number 7, the man whose Peter Rose broke record.
Mhm. All right. Then, Olin, can you give us your answer to number 1?
Yes. Number 1. The man who discovered the Cape of Good Hope was Bartholomew Diaz.
Oops.
Professor, are you sharing your screen?
Oops. I am
Then we cannot-
supposed to be sharing it.
No, we cannot.
Sorry, yeah. Thank you. Mhm. Something happened. Oops. The screen sharing and okay. Mysterious things happen. Okay. Let's see. Sorry. So the man who discovered the Cape of Good Hope was Bartholomew Diaz. And what word did you circle?
He.
He. Okay. Number 2. Abigail.
The explorer whom stand located in Central Africa was David Livingstone.
And what word did you circle?
Him.
And what happens when the relative pronoun is not the subject of the sentence?
I'm sorry?
What happens when the relative pronoun is not the subject of the relative clause? This is the verb. This is the subject for this verb. So this relative pronoun is not the subject of the relative clause. What happens? What can you do? Abigail, your voice changed radically.
I'm sorry. Yes, we can omit it.
Because the instructions say omit where possible. Omit where possible. And this is possible to omit. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I can see it, teacher.
All right. So remember, when the relative pronoun is not the subject, you can omit it. You can drop it. All right. Number 3, Mariel.
The last play Shakespeare wrote was The Tempest.
And what word did you circle?
It.
Does everybody agree?
Yes.
Again,
Yes.
this is not the subject of the relative clause. We can drop it. Number 4, Larissa.
The accomplishments that won Madame Curie the 1911 Nobel Prize for Chemistry were the discoveries of radium and polonium.
And what word did you leave out?
They.
Does everybody agree?
Yes.
Yes.
Mhm. Number 5, fair.
Children that are still unvaccinated are not permitted to attend public schools.
And what word did you circle?
They.
Does everybody agree?
Yes.
Yes.
Mhm. Ignacio?
The vegetables that she bought La Merced were delicious.
And what word did you circle?
She
But she is here.
them
Okay. And the word them is in the position of subject.
no
So,
don't know
when the relative pronoun is not the subject of the relative clause, what can we do? What did you do in number 3? What did we do in number 2? Yes,
omit it.
because it's not the subject of the sentence. Mhm. Yeah.
Okay.
Remember this exercise that we had at the very beginning of this handout, the essential and optional. If the relative pronoun was essential or optional. Try to review that. Mhm. Okay, and finally, number 7 here. Laura.
The man Pete Rock broke his record was Tchaikovsky.
Okay, the man, and then what did you say? Pete.
Pete Rose broke his record was Tycho.
And what word did you circle? Nothing, because you didn't leave anything out.
Yes.
Okay. What is the common element in these sentences? Remember when we were practicing my examples with Benito Juarez and Mussolini and Guanajuato and all these things, we always had to identify the common elements. So what are the common elements here?
The man,
The man say
Tycho,
Tycho,
and his record.
his record. But in this exercise, I have to use this second sentence to produce a relative clause. So I have to use this information to produce the relative clause. So the man, when I have a possessive, what is the relative pronoun?
Whose?
Whose, but always with a package. Whose what?
Record.
whose record.
Record, and now all the rest.
Peter Rose broke his record.
No, this disappears. Because we have information here. El hombre cuyo récord rompió. Nosotros cambiamos el orden, pero en inglés no se puede. Tienen que hablar como cubanos. El hombre cuyo récord Pete Rose rompió era Tycho. Tienen que hablar como cubanos. So this is the relative clause. And the word that we leave out is his. And we replace it with whose. Okay? So we don't have much time, so let's check quickly the fragments. Small fragments. So the first thing that we have to do was to identify the fragments. Underline all the fragments. So what is the first thing we have to underline here, Mildred?
Because one cannot prove it.
Are you asking me?
No, sorry. Because one cannot prove it.
What is the next thing, Sandra?
Because it is like astrology.
And because it is like astrology. What's next, Victoria?
Our parents, no. However, birds does play a role.
This is a fragment. Do you have a subject here? What is the subject?
Bird order.
Is it a verb?
Yeah, play.
Does play. Do we have an object?
A role.
A role. So this is a sentence. Why do you say this is a fragment?
Yeah, no.
Victor, what is your next fragment? Victor is not there. Monse,
interesting, perhaps, but not to be taken seriously.
But are you asking me?
Sorry, but
Hmm,
to be taken seriously.
seriously. Then, Zaire?
Mm, I don't know. I think those are all. That's all.
That's all. Do you agree with this analysis, Manuel? That these are the only fragments? Odette?
No.
Okay, please.
Uh, the other is whether we are happy or gloomy, calm or nervous, or good natured or bad tempered people.
Good natured.
Natured.
Good natured.
Good natured.
Is there any other, Marielle?
In determining how a child uses his or her happiness, calmness, and good naturedness in dealing with other people.
Natureness, lo acabo de corregir.
Ay, natureness, sorry.
And dealing with other people. Is that all, Pauline?
No.
No. What else do you have?
Determining the degree to which a child is happy, calm, and good natured, for example. And
All
the next one, I
these
think.
are friends. Yes. So now let's very quickly, because I don't have much time, let's explore ways to correct this. So the first fragment, what is the easy, simple way to remedy that?
Dropping the period.
Mhm.
And adding because with a small b.
Mhm. With the next fragment, what is an easy way to solve it?
Drop the point.
Drop the period and
From the period, and we have it's part of the same idea. Then what are we going to do here in this position?
I put first order theory is interesting, perhaps, but to be taken seriously.
Uh-huh.
Maybe a relative pronoun.
You're going to complicate your life. Your birth order.
Yes.
Theory is interesting, perhaps, but not to be taken seriously. This is one's possibility.
Yes.
What is your other choice? You said?
Use column.
Column. A column is a very elegant solution. Interesting, perhaps, but not to be taken seriously. That's all. Then, what do we do with the weather? We are happy or gloomy, calm or nervous, blah, blah, blah. What should we do? What is an easy solution? Anybody now, because we are in a hurry.
Drop the period.
Drop the period and small w.
Yes.
That's simple. What do we do with the next fragment?
In determining.
Determining. but you want a capital I like this?
No, drop the period.
So we need to drop the period. Oops. So we need to drop the period and say in determining. And the last one?
You can drop in determining and join with the previous sentence. Drop also, it plays another role.
So you drop that?
Yeah, because however other does play a role, blah, 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 blah. For example, and how a child uses his or her happiness.
No les recomiendo corregir cosas que están correctas. Ustedes me están diciendo que aquí no había ningún fragment. Entonces, no les recomiendo hacer cosas extrañas. O sea, limítense a lo sencillo. Porque no les gustan estas repeticiones, pero se llaman rhetorical repetitions. O sea, son buenas. Si han oído el famosísimo discurso de Martin Luther King de I have a dream that this country one day, blah, blah, blah. I have a dream that I have a dream. So it's not that he didn't have imagination. It's intentional. So this is called rhetorical repetition, and it's good. So you just drop this period and you write the small I in determining, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Well,
yes,
that's all, because I have to get ready for my next class. So, next class we have the exam. Remember that for the holidays of Easter, I gave you some links where you could practice asking questions or things like that if you want to practice a little bit more on your own. So try to arrive punctually, because you have to finish the exam during the class time and upload your file to the Google Classroom. Okay? Well, see you Thursday.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye, take care.
Bye, take care.